Hello, I just wanted to post a quick video sharing my first long trail ride experience. So I went up to the Mountain Wabino area and rode starting down in Mountain on two track, a little bit of gravel road, and then up to Wabino where I rode the public single track in Wabino and then the Leona dump. So that area got a good 6 inches of snow. Most of the trails I was riding on had some truck tracks, ATV tracks, that sort of thing. So, and then the gravel roads were obviously a lot of them don't get plowed; they just get driven over, occasionally graded or whatever. But this time of year, they're just basically driven over. So those are just heavy snowpack. So everywhere I was riding, there's a couple little road connectors that I had to go a mile or less to get to a few of the destinations or connect some of the trails, and that was where I just rode on the edge of the road in the gravel, which was also snow covered. So, anyways, just kind of an idea of the type of riding I was doing. Not a lot of rocks or boulders. Obviously, there are some. And in most places, I would say that I was riding on top of the snow, barely penetrating into the gravel and that sort of thing. So to talk about, the stud wear is the next topic here. So anyways, the tires worked well. I've got genuine grip studs, 1740s in the front, which are slightly shorter, and then knockoff grip studs in the back. They're the Marrkey brand. They're sold on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. Half the price, but don't last. So don't buy the Marrkey. But anyways, here's a few photos, or I'm going to show you a few things on the studs themselves. So let's see. Here's what they're going to look like new. And that's what happens when the carbide either shatters or just plain the brazing comes loose. And then that top part just comes off. I've already replaced a bunch of studs in this tire. You can see, actually, I lost a lot of side lugs, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They shouldn't be getting nearly as much, wear or abuse. And you can see that the carbide itself and the body, just wears tremendously. This was under 100 miles of trail riding, snow cover, barely penetrating into the gravel and stuff below. But yeah, a lot of the side lugs lost their carbides. Some of the drive lugs or the center lugs did, and I started replacing those. I didn't want them to wear down too far where I couldn't extract them, so I just pulled them out right away. I'm actually going to, told Amazon I'm returning them because they're garbage. So I'm going to be pulling all these out. I won't be able to restud this particular tire, because those big augers do some damage to those lugs, or not damage, but you can put them back in the same holes probably. In fact, I have, and they held. So holding in the rubber, not a problem at all. This design holds in the tire really well. The metallurgy of the brazing, the carbide hardness, the body hardness, all that stuff, they just don't have right. So the studs themselves don't last. Go over to the front tire, and obviously this is not driving, but you can see that they're nice and sharp. Having trouble making it focus here. Nice and sharp. Brazing's really good, uniform all the way around. They penetrate really well and seem to last. So you can, I'm thinking right now I'm going to either buy a set of the riveted type studs where they drill glue and insert with kind of like a riveting tool that expands the rubber, pops the stud in, and then the rubber kind of shrinks back around and, you know, adheres it in, which is the Trelleborg style. Um, and those should last, you know, quite a long time. The attraction of the grip studs was that if I didn't like the tire design, you know, for the lug pattern, that sort of thing, I could just keep rebuilding or reusing them, and then add some as needed where you don't have to have special tools to insert. So I would definitely either get the genuine grip studs and build your own, or buy one of the pre-built, but then you don't have as many options for maintaining, repairing, or, you know, moving those studs into other tires if you don't like the tread pattern. So anyways, yeah, so far the trail riding up there was a lot of fun. The single track was also a lot of fun. Had, I don't know, actually I'd say I was probably moving at 75% my normal speed, because traction was awesome, and no one had been in the single track, so it was fresh powder. You know, the fresh powder, you displace, compact, and, you know, get down to the dirt pretty well. It smooths everything out, you know, so you don't feel all the roots and little rocks and little, you know, bumps and crap that kind of get annoying, you know, on single track. So everything flowed really nicely. Let's see, it was really hard navigating in the single track because you know, the Wibino and the Leona dump stuff had arrows, which was really helpful, but otherwise you really couldn't see the, you know, the tread of the trail itself. So in plenty of places, if there wasn't an arrow, you were kind of guessing which trees to shoot in between. So those hesitations, you know, slow you down and stuff like that. But otherwise, it was a lot of fun in the single track. The two track itself, you know, it was like riding deep sand. It was a lot of fun as well. Just like sand, you have to click it up and take a leap of faith and keep up your speed a little bit. And there's a lot of front end push, a lot of floating, you know, going on that is kind of unnerving, but still, that kind of style of riding is a lot of fun sometimes. So anyways, that's my trail report or ride report, and report on the grip studs and Marrkey studs. Don't buy them.